Alright, YouTube should be back. Name one promotional art that has more aura than this one. That is the fucking cuter. Huzzah, welcome back. Dear God, that buff, yeah. April Fools is a wild time, honestly, yeah. Wait, what main hand is this with Fighter Origin? You like the Ogi animation? It's Dark Albert's weapon. So, oh. Where is this team? So it's... I'll switch in a moment. That one there. Dark Albert. Right there. We're not stinky Twitch chat. They saw it. Bruce, you're in trouble now. You're in trouble now. Alright, Robin Hood. Robin Hood resources. Delete that. Oh, take the trivia as well. Delete that. Delete this. Delete this. If you reduce weapons, you can still use them as a skin? Yes, you can. Robin Hood is a class that... Robin Hood is a class specializing in dealing skill damage and inflicting debuffs to enemies. Inflicting debuffs. Which is... which can be seen... No, I don't need that. It is frequently chosen for challenging... Okay, I don't know about frequently. However, it tends to... Although it... Runny nose.
Just subscribe.
Thank you for the sub. Does the level 50 skill really only last one time? Or is it only the second buff? I haven't done uncapping. It is a one-time buff. So if you have double strike on the turn, it only lasts for one of those attacks. Robin Hood is a class specializing in dealing skill damage and inflicting debuffs. For EO cannon. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, no. Nope. Is Lumberjack really the tier 4 class priority to unlock for a newbie? It's one of the good ones that doesn't require ultimate mastery. So yeah. But honestly, I think getting Mana Diver is important. And to get Mana Diver, you need to get Chaos Ruler and Warlock. So I would not blame you for doing those first. Ah, yabai. What the hell? But plus, thank you for the super sticker. What the hell's a super sticker? It's a big thumbs up. Holy. Thank you, Maplasa. Super sticker. Hi, is there a Belial guide? No, I don't think so. But Belial's sort of at the point where it doesn't really need one. All you really need to know about Belial is you don't let him get to full diamonds. No matter what, do not let him get to full diamonds. Or like, don't let him special attack with his full diamonds. That's when things go wrong. That's pretty much all you need to know about Belial. He has like 7 or 8 diamonds or whatever it is. Once he fills them up and does his special attack, you're donezo. So do whatever you can to delay that. And to do that, you want to delay. You want to, yeah, you want to delay. That's what you want to do. Would still suggest saving for a spark. I missed the comment leading up to that, but I won't be able to spark anymore since I only have 27 crystals. 27k. I got lucky with one Apollonia. Should I pull? You should save, user. User 6171, you should save. Is it okay to leech the raid? It honestly is, yeah. Like it actually is. It is. What I would suggest though is at least bringing a team that can do 15 million damage in one turn, which is like pretty much any team these days. Just because if it hits 50% and they need someone to clear the shield, you can be there to do it. A spark is 90,000 crystals or minus... It's 90,000 crystals minus however many like tickets you have, because tickets also count for your spark. Who will be on the character banner for part 2? Sorry, my English... Sorry for my English, I'm French. There was nothing wrong with your English. No need to feel bad. Who will be on the character banner for part 2? So there won't be any new characters for part 2. Part 2, Flash, is just a general grand raid up. So all grand characters have approximately double the chance of regular permanent characters. And there's a big discount. We have a free 100 guaranteed pulls on March 20th. You can leech Farhad too, pretty much these days there. I don't think I've hosted my Far. I can even host it in a second and you guys can leech. I went to bed and you're still on. Chat, this is not new. Chat room, this is not new. I regularly do streams like this. Yeah, I honestly with Far HL, by the way, Farhad, just bring a team that can sort of full auto a little bit. Like go in, burst the raid down a little bit, and then yeah, move on. It's those raids aren't too big of a deal these days. Do you have a video on order of weapons to farm for a new player? A new player? I have my beginner's guide where I suggest Sierra's Academy, and Sierra's Academy makes you get weapons, right? Like I'll show you the weapons you actually get from Sierra's Academy. By playing through Sierra's Academy, Knickknack Academy, you actually get given this grid in this order. So I recommend farming Sierra's because this is a very good grid by the end of it, right? Earth gives you this by the end of it. Wind gives you this by the end of it. Do you have a team in mind that I used to FA Fire? I use my water team because Europa is very powerful defensively in that raid. So my FA water team is Mana Diver with Overtrans Falsehood on my main weapon. And then I use Gabriel, Europa Gabriel in that order actually. And then is it Yatima? I forget. We can see the party in a second. It is... There we go. This is my team. This is my team. Anyone who can replace Yatima. Turns out Yatima wasn't even in the party. It was Pela. But like, honestly, like that is to solo full auto. If you're joining other people, you don't need to solo, right? But yeah, this was my team. That's the link in chat. That link is too big to put on YouTube, which is why I can't do it. Yeah, so it's Hasalia actually. Oh, I lied. It's not even Mana Diver Falsehood, right? But yeah, you can do this with the Magna Grid. I just happen to be Primal, so I'm using my Primal Grid. It's not even an update of Primal Grid, as you can see. Like, I haven't updated this grid in years. When it gets 2 spoons, what the heck, yeah. I was just wondering if there was other things you should be farming. For now, honestly, this is fine. Yeah. Just focus on Seer's Academy. Once Seer's Academy is done, then you can start actually farming other things. But for now, focus on getting new classes. That's not really taught in Seer's Academy, so focus on getting new classes, I would say. Guessing Bubs is just as FA as the other two. Yes. Bubs, you just have to watch out for 50. I personally really like my Bubs FA team. My Bubs FA team is this one here. I also use water for this. Very similar characters, but there's a funny looking character here. Joy. And Joy is here because he removes 108 buffs. We don't actually need all 108, but that's why Joy's here. And at Bubs 50%, you have to remove some you have to remove buffs, otherwise Bubs can reflect all your damage back to you. Does that count as 108 dispels? Maria does not proc 108 times, if that's what you're wondering. And how Mal replace Joy? I think so. Does Bubs reflect blue skills? I can't remember. But like Sarunan works as well. Like Dark Sarunan. I think Earth Sandy would also work too. Guys, should I uncap Kaim or Hasalia first? Kamal works as Igneous. There we go. I use Earth Sandy, yeah. So like any of these characters. Oh, Sandy wouldn't die because it's a yellow skill. I see. Right. Guys, should I uncap Kaim or Hasalia? Both are good characters. If you can get Hasalia before Guild War, I would do that. Does Lumi Credo Green Chest go instantly to 10? Give it a try, I'm not sure. However, even with ultimate mastery, that class tends to fall behind in comparison to other options, and as a result, it is not utilized very often. Acrobatic volley. Medium. I'll leave those actually. If you're using Robin Hood, those are the skills you would use, I guess. Are you really using these though? No one's using that. I legit forgot it at Ultimate Mastery. You just see them in random ass Tamil things, right? We mainly used this class before Ultimate Mastery, and then when Ultimate Mastery came out, like just the other classes got better things, so you never really used it. Like, you remember when we did like Belial things and you were like delaying Belial and shit like that? I'll just leave it all on medium. Do I need the Omikin FAQ link? I'll post it in Twitch, one sec. And then I'll post it over on YouTube. Give me a sec. I need commands to desperately work across YouTube and Twitch. I'll figure that out soon. I woke up and DY is still streaming. Oh no, not another person. Chat, I swear. Wait. I forgot about comp's emote. Did comp link fucking overworking? I have a feeling comp did. It was. I fucking knew it. Hi, DY. Not sure if this has been asked yet, but assuming a fresh account wants to get water grants for the next skill ball, who would you say is the highest priority pickup between Europa, Yatima, Octavia? Oh boy. I mean, look, they're all great characters. I'm gonna be real. You're a new account. I would say Octavia over Europa. But yeah, honestly, they're all great characters. You can't really go wrong. Yatima, 100% debuff as you really need that. Yeah, I guess. I mean, honestly, like I said, I think as a new player, like, you're going to be great with all of them. I personally would say Octavia, because killing the raid quicker is better than struggling and staying in the raid for longer, which is where Yatima would shine a bit more. You think Yatima's more human rights? Nah. Honestly, I think the way I'm thinking this is, as a new player, as you can probably tell by us all debating, you're not going to go wrong with any of these Call Me Harry. But the way I see it is that you could put Octavia in your team and you can probably kill like NM95 in like, let's say, I don't know, we'll say like 4 turns, right? I'm just making up a number. It might not actually be 4 turns. But I don't see the point of staying in the raid for more than 4 turns with someone like Yatima and then just getting that 100% debuff when you can just kill it quicker, which is what Octavia would do. Maybe I'm overestimating damage, but things like 90 or 95 aren't too high HP. And as a new player, you're not going to be going up to NM100 or anything in the first place, right? Good time zone. Hello, Mekabare. Interesting. I didn't know you could mute music for YouTube while keeping it on Twitch on a dual stream. Yeah, I can do that, so. Was Gabriel on that list? They didn't mention Gabriel, so I assume they have Gabriel. Bippity boppity. Code. Yo, Clarice with the wiggle at the right time. But yeah, I'm thinking where, like, when you play out, you're farming 90 or 95, you want to kill it as quick as possible. I think Octavia is the way to go. So tomorrow I would have a heightened chance to pull Metera Grand. Tomorrow with the new Flash Part 2, she is not there because Metera is a Legend Gala character. So yeah, you can always check by going to the character page on the wiki and it will say Premium Gala or Flash Gala. Or it will just say Premium Draw. Premium Draw just means they're available all the time. But Metera's case, she is a Premium Gala character, so she's not there. Only Flash Galas are there. What do you mean by 1995? So Guild War has different difficulties. So each raid has a number attached to it. The bigger the number, the harder the raid. As a new player, you're going to be farming the lower difficulties. because the higher difficulties are going to be way too hard for you. So 90 and 95 are the two lower difficulties. It's the level of the boss. It's like Nightmare level 90, Nightmare level 95. That's what's happening. Anyways, chat room. Here is a far HL. I can literally full auto this raid, so feel free to just join and leech. What banner has higher worth? Flash Gala? Wait, Flash or Gala? So Gala is Flash. Like Flash Gala or Legend Gala, they're the same thing. Or not the same thing, but Flash and Gala aren't two different things. Gala is a type of banner where the rates are 6%. And Flash is always a Gala, Legend is always a Gala as well. So, which is higher worth? Honestly, both banners have really good characters. There's not like something inherently better. Like Flash has maybe slightly better grand characters, but Legend Gala also has the Zodiacs, and many of those Zodiacs are very good. So, yeah. Ideally, you spark both as a new player because you can, right? With the discounts, you actually could farm both. Or not farm, but could spark both. Hello, I want to ask, I remember on the wiki there was a table of which summons to keep or safe to reduce. Is it removed? I can't find it. I don't know which one you're talking about, sorry. If anybody in chat knows, but I do know that like... Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know, sorry. Is break mode like 70% SSRs? Break mode is 15% SSR rate, and since you pull 10 things at a time, you are very likely to get at least one SSR rate. But yeah, it's 15% SSR rate. 1-5. Oh, this is done, this is done, this is done. Okay. Hello, spamming Zone Mundus 5-bar defenders, the most efficient way to get 5-star evokers. 5-bar or 3-bar? Wait, defenders? Defenders aren't 5-bar. Did you say defender accidentally? I think you did. But yeah, no. Farming the 5-bar or farming the 3-bar is both fine. Defenders you farm as you need. If you need like these things, then you farm the defenders. But in general, you just like spam this one, and then you open your Saphira chests. Yeah, do whichever one you can OTK the fastest. The drop rate for the 3 bars is slightly higher as far as I know, but it's obviously much harder to OTK those. Maybe Sunlight recommendation page. I don't know where there's a Sunlight recommendation page that is updated. I'm going to be honest, I don't think people should be reducing gacha summons anymore. Yeah. It's sort of hard to give the advice. Yeah, I agree. Alright, Robin Hood done. Chat, we're nearly done. We're nearly there. I can do it. We can do it, we can do it. Are you talking of what's on this page now? Am I talking about what's on this page? I mean, I'll talk about it as I'm doing it. But right now, I'm updating the class assessment sections on each class page for row 4s and 5s and EX2 classes. So all classes here, I've been updating the recommendations, talking about like, so this is on the Mana Diver page as an example. If you search Mana Diver, at the bottom of the page, there is a section where I talk about the class, talk about what it's good in, talk about its skills, and talk about how good each skill is so you know which ones to get. And then in Mana Diver's case, I also talk about all the mana tours, so you know where they're used or where they're not used, right? And then I also talk about the class champion weapon and tell you whether it's worth getting it or not. But yes, I'm almost done. May I ask, how much % of the wiki are you involved? I don't know. I don't have a % number, sorry. But I deal with mainly advanced grids and most guide-based things on the wiki. On main space, that is. When we say main space, it means any part of the wiki that does not have user in its name. Like, for example, this page here, it says user. That is not main space, whereas this one, it is just Iatromantis. So that is not, sorry, this is main space. So if you find like guide-like things or things that are like explaining things, that's probably me, right? So yeah, like advanced grids. Many of these things here were written by either Omikin or me, right? So that's me. I recently went through and updated all of these things, like the descriptions and all of this stuff, the numbers for all of these things. Yeah, so that's me preparing for Unite and Fight page. Which, by the way, if you didn't know, there's a preparing for Unite and Fight page where it talks about how many weapons you might want, what to look out for in your Opus Transcendence and things like that. And it also talks about the Eternals and how good they might be, as well as the Evokers, right? Talks about characters that are likely to be good. I need to add Octavia here. I haven't added Octavia. And it also talks about classes that might be good. So these are the classes you might be looking out for, right? So things like that. Talks about where to test setups for Guild War, right? But yeah, this is me as well. What's the best place to farm rank? Can't continue series until rank 151. You can do campaign quest, but honestly, it's just sort of farming things, just playing the game really. The Omega Rebirth raids, so M3 raids, what rank is those? Oh, it's rank 150, those ones. You can farm Enneads maybe. So Enneads are these raids. These raids here. You can farm these ones. I'm pretty sure these are like 120. You can farm this one. You can maybe farm dragons. Are dragons 120 as well, chat? No, those are 150. Never mind. I think Artum is, yeah. So maybe farm this raid, yeah. Some of these raids will have good weapons. You can check what those are on advanced grids. And then go with that, yeah. But yeah, or you can do campaign exclusive quest. Campaign exclusive quest is this one here. It's under special in the quest tab, special. And yeah, like Prismail said, you can bring a multi-hit summon, something like Wilnas. You can quick summon. The other way to do it is also by just bringing Decimate. Decimate is learned from Gladiator. Right? So this class here, row 3, Gladiator, has access to a skill called Decimate, and you can click that. You can also put it on full auto and disable all other full auto skills to make it so that your full auto automatically does it. Yes, and Tales of Arcarum is in less than a week, but nobody wants to wait a week. I understand that. When I was new, I wouldn't want to wait. I'm just going to start farming. I came across your channel when I was looking for guides for both Hexa and FA Odious. I've been popping into your channel ever since, popping in to say hi, hello, welcome, welcome. All right, back to this. Back to this. Feel free to keep asking questions, chat. And if I miss something and you want me to answer, feel free to repeat it. Alright, let's see. You out. Go to the bottom. And then delete all of this. Up to there. Sorry for this again. Is this esoteric FA 100% consistent? I don't think esoteric can be 100% consistent due to how the raid works, unless you have an Ogi setup. But what I will say is that this setup hasn't failed for me yet. Hi there, I'm new to the game and I don't really get what I should go for. Like, I really like Sandy, but don't understand what to build. Any recommendations? Follow Sierra's Academy. Right. Characters aren't really built in Granblue. You are building your grid. You're building your grid, which affects your characters. So the equipment is what you're farming, and then the equipment is what affects the characters. So, like, you said you like Sandy. Sandy is on 2 banners. There's a Flash Gala Sandy and there's a Legend Gala Sandy. I think between those 2 Sandys, the Legend Gala one is the one I would recommend you try to get because he's a little bit better. But once you get him, you just chuck him in your team and with your light grid that you will get from Sierra's Academy. So in Sierra's Academy, you'll get a grid like this. Light. You're going to get a grid that looks like this and you put Sandy in that team. So yeah. But for now, I think your main goal is to just follow Sierra's Academy and farm through the different stages because it's going to give you these weapons and these weapons are really good. I feel bad for repeating, don't worry about it. I'm going to miss questions while I'm working on other things. I'm really into Svelga, but I'm using 3 Wham weapons. I only have 1 Octavia weapon, 1 Yatima. Is one of the 2 mandatory? I only have 1 Octavia, 1 Yatima. Is one of the 2 mandatory? If you are... So you're missing quite a bit for Primal Varuna, to be frank, right? You're missing the 2nd Yatima weapon. You're missing the Bride Keepers, it sounds like. The Ilsa weapons, the formal Ilsa weapons, which also means you're missing the character, which is a relatively big deal. If you are not adverse to spending money, Ilsa is currently available on the anniversary ticket, the 12th birthday draw, surprise draw, I forget what it's called exactly, but yeah. Ilsa is available on that ticket, that selector. So you can consider that. I have 2 Ilsa weapons already. Oh, okay. Never mind. So you're missing Yatima mainly then, right? Yatima and Octavia. 1 Yatima and 1 Octavia. I think the Yatima's more important. Everest, what do you think? Because you miss out on the Exalto. It's sort of rough. I think 1 Octavia is fine because at least you get the Echo. I would say... are you thinking about where to spark, Marek? Is that the main thing? So you have 1 Yatima already, right? So if you sparked, you would get a 2nd Yatima. Am I understanding this correctly? Yeah, I would aim for the 2nd Yatima. I would aim for the 2nd Yatima. And I'm hoping you have things like Gabriel and Wham to summon maxed, which will allow you to run single-sided Varuna. I do indeed. Okay, yeah. Yeah, the 2nd Yatima is more important. Because the main thing about Octavia weapon is that you get the Echo. You get the Echo, which is the big deal. Hello, Flan Ring. Welcome, welcome. Could you summarize ideal goals and milestones from 100 to 150? Or have you made a guide for this stage in the wiki? No, I haven't. But 100 to 150, you're sort of at that point, you can start farming Ennead raids and you can keep focusing on unlocking new classes. So that would be my 2 things. Unlocking new classes and then and then farming this tier of raids here. The Ennead raids, these guys. As for what you can farm from these, you can check on each individual advanced grids page, right? The pages will, under the magna sections, it'll talk about whether the weapons are good or not, right? So you can check here and you can see that, oh, this weapon, Ben Bennett, is right there. So you might want that, right? And then you can also go into the tabs itself to see, hey, what are some weapons I can farm? And it'll say somewhere. Niche weapons, right? Ben Bennett 1 to 2, Alabard here, right? So you can have a look through the tabs to see where they are. And then Leviathan, you can do the same thing, right? In Levy's case, you actually don't need any of those weapons, but you can still farm the raids for the various drops it will give. Another thing you might want to use is Vasky's what to farm page. I think Vasky's is much more useful if you want to just look at the raid tier and see if it's worth it to farm or not. So like, instead of having to look to see if the weapon's usable, you can go here and then see, oh, this weapon's niche, this weapon's niche, right? On advanced grids, we would just not list it, but here it's listed. Does that make sense? So yeah, Vatsky made this guide to be used in conjunction with advanced grids. So you can have a look here as well. But the weapons you're really looking at are the Ennead weapons, I think. Ennead. So looking in this tier. On advanced grids too, by the way, you can sort by rank. So you can sort by rank to see what you can and can't farm, right? It's like rank. It's like, oh, 120, I can get that. 150, can't get that. Next tab, what can I get? 120, 120, I can farm those. I think that might be the way to go to. It's like, oh, okay, these ones are 150, I've got to wait for that. Rank 40, maybe, like, you know, things like that. You get the idea, right? How important is character awakening time? It is mainly a min-maxing feature. For now, you're fine to leave everybody unbalanced. Are all the M3 weapons used? Many of them are. Some of them are very niche. Some of them are very niche, but in general, you do want all of them, yeah. How do I think Taboo weapons will impact future grids? I think to me, Taboo is looking like an alternative to Magna grids in certain situations. Like, just have a look at the fire ones, right? Like, if we just take a look at the fire grids and the fire weapons available in Odious, it's like these ones, right? It's this death cannon. It's this weapon here. Like, these are the 3 weapons available. This is just general damage, right? This weapon here is multi-attack and garrison. So the place where you would want multi-attack and garrison is high difficulty raids, right? Because high difficulty raids have triple attack moments, and generally you want defense in these high difficulty raids. So there's that. And then Death Cannon, if you have a look at it, is charge attack stuff. This is not present in any Magna weapon, right? We only have, the closest thing is Atom stuff, but that only supplements your damage. It doesn't have like the specs as well, Which means that if you want to build, like, as an example, a charge attack focused grid, chances are Odious is way better at the moment, right? So if you look at the grid templates that I've made here, or Cajun in this case, actually, not me, that Cajun has made, then you can see that we've got some of these weapons, right? And this will generally outperform things like the Atom stuff. But you can also just use Atom stuff too. But this is what I mean. It's going to be a situational side grade or upgrade depending on the thing. But if you're trying to do a normal attack team, then Odious here doesn't really give much for normal attack teams other than the triple attack, right? But the triple attack weapon has lower raw than what's available in Magna grids, so you don't really want it there. So the way I see it is that Odious is another way for free-to-play grids to build different types of grids. That's the way I see it. Do you think there'll be a necessity of making another section for Odious in the grids? No, I don't think so. As of right now, no. I don't really see the point of differentiating Magna, Odious, and Primal when Magna is sort of a... Magna has always been a catch-all term for farmable things, right? Yes, it is represented by the Magna summon icon. But like on our Magna pages, we've always had weapons like Extinction Blade. These aren't Magna weapons. Ben Bennett's not a Magna weapon. Alabard's not even a Magna weapon, right? Magna's always just been... Omega's just always been a catch-all term for anything free-to-play. And Odious is also a free-to-play thing. Should I go straight to 5-star or just 4-star for now? If you can do 5-star, do it. Otherwise, 4-star is the most important part of the exo weapons. Lack of opus makes it hard, yes. The opus is, I think, one of the bigger things, but it's clear that they're going to keep supporting these weapons, right? And currently, like, single-sided is a mess with the weapons too, but I think this is all just a matter of time. And I think it would behoove you to farm Odious if you haven't, and you've already finished farming things like M3. I think ignoring it would quickly come back to bite you in the future if you are ignoring it because it is quote-unquote bad, which I've seen far too many people do, by the way. What the hell does this weapon even do, chat? I've never used Iatro once. Okay, I'm just not writing anything. The spell on Ogi. I'm surprised she even remembered that. I think the problem is, even if the weapon was good, the class is bad, right? I used it for Guild War for 1 day. Was it cope or was it actually good? Taboo, refutation, yeah. I can see that. I love this song, by the way, Cruz. One of my favorite songs ever. Physician, spears. I didn't have Fumf 150. I don't think that's the only reason to use this. Where is this from? Bakemonogatari is where it's from. Immediately perked up to sing along. Another code to add to the Sieg pile. Itchification has a Sieg. It needs some help, chat. I've been told the manga was great. You just saw the anime. Yeah, I've heard that a lot of things sort of work in the light novel, I think, and yeah. I mean, overall, I think people have been pretty good on the adaptation, right? You're a Vocaloid fan, so you just know it from Supercell. Yeah, Mantis is a defense-oriented sustain class. The class provides varying benefits when using different combinations of staff and spears in main ox slots. It tends to be used in defensive. Although Iatro Mantis can be used in defensive full auto teams. It tends to fall behind other. It is overshadowed by other class options, and however, it does see niche usage in one-turn kill setups in Unite and Fight. EX plus Q2. I don't actually know if that's true anymore because of the EX plus HP increase. I'm taking that out. Goodbye. Goodbye. Art style in the manga is really good too. Manga has art by Oh Great. Okay. Alright, Iatro done. Next, what am I up to? Cavalier. Yes, what a class. What a class. Monogatari series. Wasn't Click Nisekoi? Or am I wrong? I thought this was Nisekoi. Click is Nisekoi. Okay, okay. Has Claris done songs for Monogatari actually? I'm actually not sure. It's still Shaft. Same company, yes. Same studio. Nise was Claris. Okay, okay. Do you happen to have a wiki page with your bookmarklets that you share your teams with? Yes. Check that. But the Cajun code one, grid and setup team, yeah. It's this one here, but this is for the wiki. So click the GitHub here, right there, and then it'll take you to this. This version of the bookmarklet will copy a URL to your clipboard that links to my grid maker tool. So this is the one you want. Unless you're editing to the wiki, this is probably the one you want. And then that links to Cajun's grid builder. And then it will automatically put it onto the grid builder. Cavalier's playstyle varies depending on which main weapon is equipped, with many of its class skills providing different benefits based on the weapon type. Even with the Ultimate Mastery, Cavalier is overshadowed by other classes that fill a similar role, and as a result, their class seldom sees usage. There we go, we said seldom again, chat. It's my word of the day. You can't stop me from using it. Question about the wiki. I'm fixing a mistake with Crawler's S2. Does it automatically reflect on any other page that lists it, like Toxicosis or Dispel? This depends on how you're fixing it. For the record, the wiki says the whole skill activates twice while it's only the hit number doubles. So where can I beg Cajun to add rotation nodes on the grid maker? Don't think that's in the cards at the moment. So it's not activates twice, but it's hit number doubles is what you're saying. Yes, it would. In this case, it would. I'm pretty sure it would update. In game, it says hit number doubles, yeah. So yeah, just update that, and it would fix it for other things. It might take a little bit to update on other pages, but yeah. All right, Glory Bringer. I'll edit this. That's fine. I'll leave it. All right, where are we? You resources down below. Delete all of this up to here. Delete that. Delete this. Hunting Pog. I really remember the scuffed fireburst you did with this in 2023. Glory is an offense-oriented class that primarily acts around that features a unique Uh, hidden abilities of main weapons. For this reason, Glorybringer is significantly influenced. Glorybringer's effectiveness is significantly determined by the selection of the main weapon. Additionally, the class can provide synergy with Saber and Katana. I don't think I need to write that. The class is a niche option for full auto and normal attack burst setups. What's the best rate for sand? World is what I've been told. Hi DY, do I need multiple Ural summons or should I use extra Towncat1? You should use extra Towncat1. There's no room for multiple Urals. And even if it is, getting the first fully uncapped copy of Uriel is a massive improvement. You've been getting quite a lot of sands by just farming mastery books. Yeah, those raids are good too. Basically, it comes down to what other thing do you need. If you need Revan's weapons, then farming Revan's will get you sands. If you need books, then farming CCW raids will give it to you. If you need evoker mats, then World will give it to you. Mao. Maybe for soldier, I'll leave the weapons. I don't know. I'll think about it. No, sorry. We talk about the recommended bullets. I'll need to update that. Need 10 billion CAT swords. Baseline in the song. It's pretty good. Hello. Hello, Feminist. How's it going? Alright, let's see. 3-round burst default. Open fire high. Fortitude low. Guerrilla tactics low. Combat rations low. Ammunition belt high. There we go. Alright, that's fine. It uses the bullet mechanic. It uses bullets. A mechanic unique to the gunslinger line. As such, the effectiveness heavily hinges on the availability of having good... It heavily hinges on the on having a good main weapon with favorable bullet slots. Without key bullets equipped, soldiers' damage output may fall short compared to other classes. Given the considerable effort required to craft strong bullets, it is recommended to pursue this class only if you intend to obtain optimal bullets and a strong main weapon. Typically, the class is used with Svelga and no, I don't want to write the Lumi gun because everybody gets the Lumi gun. Oh, I have another far. Break mode, draw hits you so hard, you only ended up with 20. Oh, that sucks. Chat free far hate shot if you need it. Having a good main weapon. Okay, now we gotta talk about this. There's even better cartridges now too. Fuck me. Remember when people thought we would soldier an earth with Railgun? I did. I actually used it this skill war, but that's because I was missing like, well, I don't have fronting firstly, so. One thing I always get confused by when looking at the wiki is that example grids often show endgame weapons for most of the content. I don't really know what to sub them for. That, you're not alone, Pengus, right? The real answer here is to just try things that you have. Look at what the weapon does. Try to figure out why it's there and try to put in something that you have that's similar. The wiki grids aren't there necessarily to be just blindly followed. They're there to give you a reference and to give you an example of something that worked. And the best way to learn in Granblue is just by trying things. Oftentimes there might be like, oh, that grid has a transcended opus, I can't do it, but that's not the case. You can probably do it with your own grid, right? That opus might have a key that you don't have access to yet. Your stamina key might just do just fine. You might just take a couple extra turns, especially for raids that are lower difficulty. And when I say lower difficulty, I'm pretty much talking about like anything from here and below, right? If you're looking at a solo full auto team, anything's sort of just gonna work. From here on, the full auto solo teams get a little bit more restrictive, but you shouldn't be trying to full auto solo these anyways. You should be full autoing and requesting backup so other people can come and help, right? Remember that the wiki tends to only list full auto solo setups, right? But most people will not be full auto soloing, right? So yeah, I understand that it can be frustrating, but just always remember, and we're going to try and make it really clear in the future, that these are references that you can use to create your own setups. We try to provide a wide range of things, from really high invested ones to more budget ones. But at the end of the day, we just need more people to help contribute as well, to help people understand what to actually like try and what to use. I almost asked about bullets, but it's getting updated right now. Yes, yes it is. But DY, my Mugen run keeps failing, even though the grid is the same and the only difference is the draconic providence. Well, maybe it's time to change like a summon or a character and see how things go there. Hi, how would you go about transitioning from M2 to M3? I currently finished Sierra's Academy. I'm currently farming Lumi M3. Would you use the 0-star guns or wait till uncap? What does it gain on uncap? Let me check it. One sec. I think the first copy you can use at 0-star. Maybe? What's your Sierra's grid? Let me check. I would try replacing one of the swords. Or the Baha. One of these. I think Cosmic here is actually giving you cap, so it might be the Baha. You can try putting it in. If you put it in and then you see your number go down, when I say your number go down, what I'm talking about is like, set up this, click the information icon, put Luminera here or whatever summon you're going to use here. Probably Lumi. So put Lumi there, and then when you swap the weapon in, you'll see a number go up or down. Like if I swap this for this weapon here, as an example, this number went down. Right? It went blue. It didn't go yellow. You're looking at the bottom two. Ignore the top two. So you're looking at the bottom two. That number went down. That's bad. And then if I put the other weapon back in, the one I just had, then you'll see the number goes up. Number going up is good. Yellow number is good. So my guess is that the 0-star might be better. But if it isn't, just chuck a Lumi sword. And then now you know that you have to wait until 4-star. I don't even know how bullets work in the game. Bullets are a mechanic exclusive to Soldier. If you're not playing Soldier, you don't have to really worry about it. Alright. Bullets. Iron Bullet 5 hasn't changed. But no one's fucking using that. I'm getting rid of it. No relevant gun has iron fucking bullets. I'm getting rid of it. Too bad. Expert model Chaos Legion, sure, you can stay. Expert model Anagenesis can stay. We need expert model, we need Anti-Vasilia, and we need the Hexa one as well. Fuck, these are so annoying to write. The number only cares about MC. Yes, it does. But that shouldn't really be too much of a concern at the moment. Assuming I don't get either of them, should I pick up Grand Naru or Uriel? Both are great characters. I think you just have to decide who you like better. A Soldier's water. Yeah, Soldier's water or what is it? Water or light. But water's far more prevalent. Bullet tool tips. Did I mean light? Yeah. Water and light. I miss John Doe. I don't. I don't. Good riddance. Mhm. Rational exitium. What happened there? What are you working on? I'm working on the class assessment pages at the moment, in particular Soldier. These are little sections written at the bottom of each class page that talks about where the class is used, what sort of skills you should be getting from the class, and yeah, things like that. You're torn between 12 ticket choices. I'm torn between Summer Atom and Halloween Shalem. They both do the same thing, but for different elements. Choose the element you like better. Are there any actual relevant Soldier EXO setups? EXO? Not really. Not really. Let me see how that looks after I save it. Maybe after I save it, it's fine. Nope. Oh, it's because of this. Never cope moving setups a long time ago, yeah. Okay, hold up. So I need to fix this, but I don't want to. Expert model rational exitium. Expert model anagenesis. Anagenesis 3. Provenance crystal 300. $200, sorry. Gold brick eternity sand. I forgot this used 3. Ah! What did I do? There we go. What did I miss in chat? Does the evoker choice actually unlock the evoker, or do you have to do it manually? Does anyone remember what Xenon asked, chat? I don't actually know. I think he just got to recruit one. But it's been so long. Hello, I have a question regarding what I should pick. Invested Varuna plus Respect. Should I pick second Yatima, second Octavia, or first Sylvia? Second Yatima. You should pick second Yatima. Does CCW emblem get consumed when it's used? Yes. Yes, it is. It gave the materials to unlock. It gives you the mats. Okay, there you go. There you go, Xenon. A strong rifle. If expert model. Today, are we editing Wiki midstream? I am. I'm editing the class. I'm almost done actually. Editing the class assessment sections, which I've left floundering for a while, but we're back. Attack is 400. And then the attack of Rationale is also 400. Expert model Paradise Lost. And then Apocalyptic Black Feather. Apocalyptic Black Feather. Anti-Vasilea. Strong rifle bullet. And then where did Genesis Nova? first. All right, anagenesis. No, we'll put. What do I have 2 anagenesis? Did I always have 2 anagenesis? Still live? I am still live. Oh my god, I did have 2 anagenesis. What the hell? Close to sparking myself out there. Any important characters for any element to get on, or should I just get Octavia? I have a newbie spark guide. I don't know if you're a newbie or not, but it might be of use either way. It has both Flash and Legend Gala stuff, so obviously not everybody's going to be sparkable, but yeah. How did my roulette go? Pretty awfully today, unfortunately. It is a 200 attack, and then what do we need for this? 4 metal jacket, 3 abyssal wing. And then Damascus crystal 10. A strong rifle choice, rifle bullet choice, provided the options above are already being used. Only one can be equipped. Okay, there we go. So that's that. Wouldn't Kane be a little better on the with his 5-star? Let me see. I don't know if I adjusted for Kane or not. Where is Kane? Oh yeah, Kane is higher now. You're right. Kane is higher now. I'll move Kane, thank you. Where does Kane go? I think Alexio tier? Maybe a little too high. It's better than the Sandy tier though. I think it's Alexio tier. I'll put him bottom of Alexio tier. Or should I go bottom of Alexio or top of Galleon? It's one of the two. You reckon top of Galleon? Okay. Sure. Alright, updated. Why are the cutest characters in the lower tiers? Hope for uncaps. Or if they already have uncaps, hope for rebalances. Da, 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 da. Let me see. What was I up to? Right, cartridges. Do I really have to do cartridge for stupid Robomi gun? I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Pretty sure he made a video on what Zodiac to pick. I did make a video on that. Yeah, check my video. It's like what to pick, I think, is on the thumbnail. Expert model apocalypse. This is 200 attack. Wait, is this less attack? Buccaneers. But you surpass cap. I think that's better. Catastrophe cylinder. And Akashic cylinder 1. Osmos. Thick black feather. High attack and damage cap. And then we have stupid, what's the ethereal one now? The hexa one. Expert model hexachromatic. One question about grids. If you equip a sub weapon, even if it isn't leveled, in the preview it increases a lot. Or are they actually that good? So sub weapons are flat damage, and at the start, since your damage is low, it adds a set amount. So that set amount is going to be really high compared to what you currently have. So I guess, yes, it is inflated, like Floppalicious said, yeah. Is Yukata Ilsa still good to bring in general full autos, even without Erish? Yeah. I don't have Erish, I'll bring her. Generally a good character for any sort of normal attack setup. Where on earth does this end? Apocalypse. I hate dealing with this sort of thing. Expert model, hexachromatic. Chat, I can't look away from the screen because the moment I do, I'm gonna lose what I was doing. So give me a moment. Provenance crystal. And then true dragons, golden scale, Damascus crystal, and eternity sand. Ethereal bullet, the highest attack and damage cap. Also provides can also provide bonus elemental. All right, dear Lord, we did it. Okay, what did I miss? Hey DY, what should I do every day in GBF? Depends. There's no set daily routine in GBF aside from maybe just hosting your gold bar raids. So I definitely recommend doing that once you unlock it, but yeah. Asking a lot since my friend has been getting a lot of mileage out of his unupgraded one of his Uriel Medusa team and I just got 2 lich. Yeah. Yeah, no, if you have 2 lich weapons, chuck them in your grid. Like when your damage is like 10,000 and you add the 2 lich weapons and you do 100,000 suddenly, it's a lot. Can Flurry stack with Vesusia Wildflower? Yep. That's the thing about Wildflower. Wild Flurry makes it so that it does stack. Alright. Class assessment pages are done. Yay. Except for the 2 fucking new classes, Fighter and Lancer. Oh, I'm gonna lose it. I'm getting some water first. I'm getting water. There's 2 more classes, Fighter and Lancer. Fighter and Lancer. Also, I'm still not sure if I should split some of this stuff away from each other. Because it is true that some of these classes are like super stinky and some of these classes are less stinky. What would I even move up? These 3? Yeah, it's really just those 3. It's just these 3. But I think these 3 are on a different tier than these ones, to be honest. But I can't be fucked. I'll just move them up. It's fine. I don't think Paladin deserves to be with the others, I'm going to be real, but it also doesn't deserve to be with those ones there. Apsaris is weird too. No, I'm not moving Apsaris. Fuck that. Can't Glory go anywhere else? Keep in mind that this is geared towards new players. But since it's geared towards new players, I'm going to leave it down there. But you are right. Wind Exo is a thing now. But that being said, I think nearly everybody would just rather play Fighter Origin. Wouldn't you agree? Like if we're actually talking like you have everything, you're playing Fighter Origin. And if you don't have Fighter Origin, let's be real, you're playing Berserker as well. Do you play Versus or Versus Rising? Yes. For low button setups or like burst things, wouldn't you just go Spartan? Any tips on getting blue sky crystals? I'm having a hard time getting blue sky crystals. Also, hi, hello, welcome. Blue sky crystals is a very early game gate. Many people tend to farm it from I think these ones here. Impossible Nightmare Raids. This is the one. I don't know what rank you are, but if you can join this raid here, you can literally leech. And it dies so quickly that you might even find it hard to like just click a button. But this raid dies so fast that if you can join it, you can just leech and you can just leech and you'll get it. Right? It's not a guaranteed drop, but there's a drop here, there's a drop here, and these chests drop. So like, yeah. That's what I would say. Have I changed internet, man? No, I haven't. I haven't. I mean, I changed my internet service provider like maybe 2 years ago or longer, but yeah. Crazy how a few years ago I tried this game for the music, now I'm infinitely regenerating rabbit hole that doesn't seem to end yet. Good morning, evening. DY streaming longer than I expected. I do long streams. This is something that happens from time to time. Actually, every Monday and Wednesday, I tend to. Let me get some water though. I'll be right back real fast. Alright, I'm back. I'm surprised you're still going. Where do I get my stamina for streaming for so long? I don't know. Restmo, thank you for the Prime sub.
Subscribed with Prime.
Do I play Versus and Relink? Yes, I do. I'm not very good at Versus, but I love Relink. I just finished farming for my full spark. I want to ask Octavia or Gabriel? They're both good, Slim, honestly. I think I would personally rate Gabriel slightly higher. But if you really like Octavia over Gabriel, I would pick Octavia. Like, you can't go wrong is what I'm trying to say. How does one leech raids? You go in and you click a button. Any button. Emulio, thank you for the 9 months.
Emilian just subscribed with Prime. Oh,
Prime
true,
exists, it does. Don't forget to use your Twitch Primes chat. You can get ad-free viewing. What raid shouldn't you leech? Generally, the wiki tells you if you look up the raid. But that being said, the wiki is obviously, but understandably, a little cautious on saying, hey, you can leech these. But basically, thank you for the follow. Basically, all of these you can leech. Every single one up to here you can leech. You can also leech this one. And technically you can leech these. This is a DY endorsement, but when you leech these ones, I mean, world doesn't really matter, but when you leech these ones, bring a team that can at least do a little bit of damage. Don't just click one button, right? These are 6-man raids. It is extremely unlikely they fail, but, you know, it is also a little rude to just go in and only click one button. So these ones, sure, feel free to just go in and click one button. But these ones, just bring a team in at least full auto or do something is what I'm trying to say, right? So yeah, that's what I would say. By the way, not all raids are worth to leech. Is one important thing, right? Like, for example, if you want an M3 weapon and you just leech this raid, if you look at where the weapons are, this is a leech chest. You get this, no weapon, no weapon, no weapon, no weapon, weapons, but it's weapons you don't care about. Blue chest requires you to actually hit the raid. If you're hosting, if you're leeching, you're probably not hosting, right? Because you've joined someone else's. Same thing with MVP. You're leeching, you are not going to get MVP. So the only chance to get the weapon in Tiamat's case is the conditional chest. So I would bring, in general, for the M3 raids, something that helps raise the conditional chest level. If you don't know what the conditional chest is, read the raid thing. It will say what you need to do, right? It'll say what you need to do. So the conditional chest is a mechanic unique to this series of raids and the new Odious raids. But you might find, hey, I really want, I don't know, Iwia Beak, right? And if you just leech this raid, you won't ever get the weapon because it's only in the host chest, the MVP chest, and the blue chest, which requires you to do damage. So just check the raid list to see that by leeching, you can actually get what you want, right? Like I recommended leeching PBHL a moment ago because they wanted blue sky crystals, and blue sky crystals are in these chests and they will drop, right? It's not in a blue chest. The blue chest is the one that you have to check, basically. If the thing you want is in the blue chest, then you actually got to do damage. But not all raids have blue chests. It was my main in Relink. It was EO. EO was really fun. Yeah, I think they did a really good job with a mage character. And the thing about EO is I also like playing like Greatsword in Monster Hunter, and EO feels like ranged Greatsword, the way she plays, right? You charge up and you drop the big fucking bomb. She also had like the charge hopping and like some cancel mechanics, which were really satisfying to do. Have I played Tales of Arise? We don't talk about Tales of Arise on the stream. The answer is yes, by the way, and I absolutely detested the game. So much so that I'm never going to check out another Tales game. Much to chat's dismay. Chat always says like, DY, trust me. Tales of Berseria isn't like Tales of Arise. Tales of insert my favorite Tales game. It's not the same, DY, trust me. But no, I've been burnt. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Like that's how much I disliked Arise. Which and like it's we're ranting about Arise again. I can't believe it. Okay. Last thing I'm gonna say about Arise is that I don't think I would feel so strongly about it if I didn't feel like it just... The main thing is it disappointed me so much. Because I genuinely think the first half of the game was pretty fun to play. But like the second half of the game was actually just miserable, and I've never felt such a level of disrespect in a game before. Like it was actually just pure laziness, and I don't really know what else to say. And that difference in the game just felt like a slap in the face. And I feel like if the game had just been like that from the start, I would be like, oh, it's like, I would just be like, okay, it's sort of a whatever game. Like, I don't really enjoy it, but I wouldn't feel as strongly as I do about it, right? It's more that I could see what they could do with the game, and then they just went, fuck you guys, we're not doing it. Is this Tales of Arise? Yeah. All of a sudden you're glad you didn't buy Arise. Honestly, if you like JRPGs, you'll probably have fun in it. And if you buy it on a sale, you'd be fine, right? But what I will also say is that if you ever find it tedious, like just quit. It's not going to get better. Have I tried any Star Ocean? No, I've never played Star Ocean. Hop on Rapid and Steal. It's not fine. Game's insulting. Like, yeah. Like, there are parts of the game I genuinely enjoyed. And it really is a shame that by the end of it, it made me hate the entire franchise. I dislike Arise because it overshadowed Scarlet Nexus's release. That was the other game I was going to play, but yeah, I ended up playing Tales of Arise. It's good until it's not, which is sad, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. That's sad, yeah. Look, I am being harsh when I say, hey, I'll never check out another Arise, another Tales series, but yeah. It really did sour my view of the franchise. Like, it really did. Alright, Fighter Origin. It had an okay story, an unbelievably good gameplay. You should check it out. Yeah, maybe one day, we'll see. There's too many games to play, chat. Not enough time. My Pacopia playthrough is on pause at the moment too. I've wanted to check out Crimson Desert as well. And Crimson Desert is, I think, very soon. Monster Hunter Stories 3 is out. I've wanted to play that. You should check out Dark Souls 2. Well, I like Dark Souls 2. I don't like it more than any of the other Dark Souls games, but I also think that Dark Souls 2 is a good game. It's just not a good Dark Souls game. But, you know, when Dark Souls games are like some of the best games in the universe, turns out being a bad Dark Souls game isn't actually that bad. You know what I mean? When you're a bad version of a really good game, it turns out it's still a pretty good game. Dark Souls 2 PvP was so good. I enjoy PvP in Dark Souls 2 a lot, yeah. Fighter Origin is an amazing generalist class. The mess is an incredible class for the massive offensive potential that MC provides. You know what's better with DS2? DS2 with DLSS 5. That game would look weird with it, honestly. But yeah, like Dark Souls 2, I wouldn't go back and play it actively. Because like game feels really clunky and bad, but it was still a good Dark Souls game. And I did quite enjoy all the DLCs and things like that. Except the fucking snow area. Fuck the snow area, but still, right? Overall, it was still fine. It's just compared to the other Souls games or Bloodborne, it's way worse. I want Xenoblade 1 to 3 DLC. Okay, so full disclosure, I've not played 3's DLC. So I've played 1. I've played, what is it? Future Connected? I've played whatever 1's post game stories. I've played that. I've played 2. I've played Torna. And I've played 3. But I've not played 3 DLC, okay? Xenoblade 2 is my favorite Xenoblade game. And Torna is... It's really hard to rank Torna. I think I would put Xenoblade 2 slightly above Torna, but I love both dearly. I love Xenoblade 2. Below that, I'll put Xenoblade 1. And then below that, I'd put Xenoblade 3. Xenoblade 3 is my least favorite. I still like it, but I didn't really jive with all the characters in it. Maybe the cast was a little too big. And I also didn't really jive with the combat system. Like, it felt like a step backwards from 2. That's really the thing. I loved 2's battle system. Like, 2's battle system was like perfect for me. But like 3 sort of like did things that I didn't really like with it. Now that being said, I've not played the DLC. Oh, and my big problem with 3, I was quite critical of 3 when it came out as well, because I honestly think that 3, base 3, I'm not talking about the DLC, I'm talking about base 3. I really think that the base game of 3, it literally could have been just called like some other name and not Xenoblade, and it would have been the exact same game. To me, the Xenoblade connections felt very forced in the base game. Right? Like Nia and Melia being part of the thing really didn't add that much other than it's like, oh cool, it's Nia and Melia, right? The game could have been called, I don't know, some other game, right? It could have been some other generic JRPG name, and it would have been the exact same story. And I understand why it's like that, because they want new players to come in and still be able to enjoy it. But what I really wanted from Xenoblade 3 was to connect the worlds of Xenoblade 1 and 2 together. Right, that's what I really wanted. Now, as far as I understand, I think that's what 3 did, the DLC did. As far as I understand, that's what the DLC did. But I just don't like the game. I didn't like the gameplay enough to want to jump straight into the DLC, and I just haven't had a chance since. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Switch to upgrade. Yeah, maybe with a Switch to upgrade, we'd jump into the DLC or something. Honestly, I want that for the Xenoblade 2. I love Xenoblade 2. Xenoblade 3, especially the ending, really felt like the kind of story you have for collabs that shouldn't impact either franchise's story, so it brings nothing to the greater table. Yeah. Like, the base game just felt like it was set in the Xenoblade world to sell copies of the game. And that's what I didn't like about it. Never played Xenoblade. Are they connected to Xenogears? That I don't know. That I'm not sure about. Which, speaking of, I have to get to Strawberry's 15-month sub game at some point, which is Strawberry requested Xenoblade X, which I've never played. Incredible offensive class. I rank Xenoblade 2 a bit higher too. They went a bit more ham with the character design, especially with the blades, yeah. Yeah, I just like the general aesthetic of 2 a little bit better. The design. And then just the combat. The combat was so good for me. The other thing is I really like Xenoblade 2's music more. Like 2 has my favorite music, followed by 1, then 3. 3 had some crazy tracks, but there was only a couple that I really, really liked. But like pretty much every song in 2 I loved. It also feels like they had everything planned story-wise until the eclipse, and then they scrapped things together to end it, like integrating side stories into the main one in the worldwide fetch quest. They're from the same director and have retellings of story elements. Okay. Gemba Cat says something. Xenoblade 2. We are talking about Xenoblade 2, yeah. Xenoblade 2, one of my favorite games. I love Xenoblade 2. Tantal theme, my beloved. Tantal theme is so good. The first time I listened to Moradane, daytime theme, I actually had to just put down my controller and listen to it for a bit. I love the title theme as well. The piano track. Like the... What is it? Like this track is so good, right? The opening theme is so good. And I remember learning it on the piano too because I really liked it that much. And yeah, there's so many good tracks in Xenoblade 2. You're a very understanding person. That's wonderful. Can we talk about how awesome Zeke is? Zeke is fun. Zeke had a lot of good moments. Kingdom of Uriah. The problem of playing Xenogears is that a lot of story elements are in Xenoblade and you think, oh, it's like Xenogears. Oh, I see. Xenoblade X. So I know Xenoblade X is one of like Sawano's like defining soundtracks. So it'll be interesting to hear. Yeah. I have heard some Xenoblade 2 tracks already. It is? Wait, what is it is? Sawano? So Sawano's had interviews. I've been told this. I haven't actually verified this, but Chad has told me that Sawano was in an interview where he talked about writing Xenoblade soundtrack, Xenoblade X, and apparently they describe it as it was the soundtrack that sort of like defined their sound. It's like where they really found what they were comfortable with. And if you listen to it, it makes sense, right? If you listen to Xenoblade X and then you listen to like Attack on Titan, then you listen to like any other like soundtrack that someone has made, you can see like how it's all very, very like influenced by one another and things like that. This song is good, by the way. I love this song. Left Area's theme, yeah. The other thing is, I genuinely just enjoy the world of Xenoblade 2 a lot as well. Like the Titans are just sort of cool, right? Titans are cool. It's also set in the skies, just like Granblue. Like even from the start, it grabbed me from like a story perspective where like we're in the sky. Rex is like this guy who's diving underneath the clouds to grab like artifacts or whatever. Reminded me of something like Made in Abyss. So yeah, there were just a lot of really cool things story-wise too that I really enjoyed. It's also a gacha like Granblue. Wait a second. This is a Lindworm. One is best in terms for me for world and writing. One is really good too. One is really good too. I'm definitely biased towards 2 because it was my first Xenoblade game. And I really did enjoy 1 too. Engage the Enemy is one of my favorite Xenoblade tracks. It would be like top 3 or 5 at worst, right? Out of all the Xenoblade tracks. Engage the Enemy is so good. And then I think Xenoblade 1, for me, the thing I dislike the most is the combat. Which is like not too bad. Like it felt a bit basic. I once again I love 2's combat. 2's combat is so good. Like I just can't speak more highly about 2's combat. And I've got past the first 10 hours of Xenoblade 1 and thus have never played any of the other ones, right? What I will say, Colin, is that I think you can play Xenoblade 2 without having played Xenoblade 1. Obviously, if you play Xenoblade 1, it is cool, but they are very much sort of like separate games for the most part. See, everyone says that, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Like, I would recommend playing 1. I would recommend playing 1, but see, it's hard to say without spoiling, right? It's very hard to say without spoiling. But what I will say is that just like any Final Fantasy game or whatever, there are references. And I played Xenoblade 2 first, right? I'm telling you I played Xenoblade 2 first. I can tell you that it was pretty much just as impactful when I went backwards as opposed to forwards. It's just too slow for you. Oh yeah, combat's slow. It is. It's slow, and then the meme about Xenoblade 2 is that you unlock the entire combat system when you're like 40 hours into the game or whatever. It's not actually 40 hours, but like that's the meme, right? The meme is like you only unlock all of the combat system once you're like, what is it, chapter 4 or 5. Yeah, you only get it once you finish 1/3 of the game. And the other thing about the combat system is that when I first played the game, when I didn't understand it, it was like, it was sort of whatever. But it's when you really understand how the system works, then it becomes really fucking satisfying. Like you play through the because you play through just mashing skills off cooldown, doesn't really matter. And then when you start to use driver combos and blade combos and like all of this stuff together, and you're just doing like damage cap, and like you're seeing the HP melt, and like it's so satisfying. The breaking of the orb sounds is like pure dopamine. That's what I have with stories. I want to play stories, yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is great. Yes, Gemba Cat, I agree. The last tutorial prompt for the combat is literally after beating a Malthus. The late endgame fights are really good, and you gotta be careful with what you can do. Just to follow up, Sawano's theme, Xenoblade X's main theme, literally has a part which just sounds like it's straight out of Counterattack, yeah. Best part about my Xenoblade experiences is that you're too immersed in the main story and forget to do side content right. Fighter Origin is an incredible offensive class that into a powerful damage dealer. It is a strong choice for both full auto and manual setups. The class typically deals the class is typically used in normal attack, used for its high normal attack and skill damage. Having tutorials not saved in the menu required them to be purchased. Was certainly a choice. Have I played Metaphor? Yes, I have played Metaphor. It is... Metaphor was good to play once. I don't think I'd ever play Metaphor again. And if they released an enhanced version of Metaphor, I don't think I'd go back. Enjoyed it, wouldn't play it again. He struggled a lot with the one in Valak Mountain where the area has a bunch of lava. Ricky and Dumbman just kept running into it. Watch a Persona game ranking. Well, I'm just writing down the ones I've played. Hold up. Have I played any more? No, I think that's it. This is really hard to rank. I put these three at the top. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. I'm putting all three at the top. I'm cheating. I'm cheating. Next, I would say P3 Portable, P3 Fizz, P4 Golden, P4 Dancing. That's my order. That's my order. Thank you for the follow. This is my order. I loved P5. So P3P was my first Persona game. This one was my first ever Persona game. And then I played P4 Golden. And then I played P5. And I loved P5. P5's so good. Right? I love the ending. P5 Royal, I really like the new additions they made. I dislike the ending more than original P5 though. P5 original ending hit in a way that P5 Royal ending doesn't. Right? P5 base ending is so perfect. It's so perfect. And P5 Scramble's really good. You might rank it 1. I was considering ranking it 1. P5 Scramble's so fucking good. Like I was strongly considering it ranking it 1, but as of right now they're tied. They're tied. Because I think the reason I don't think I can rank P5 Scramble higher is because I think P5 Scramble doesn't work without P5, which is obvious, right? It's a sequel, but Scramble is so good. Scramble is so good. I never thought I would have so much fun in Scramble. Did P3P have the extent? No, it doesn't. So that's only in Fez. And Fez is lore mainly for its gameplay. I just don't like the gameplay as much as P3P. Because P3P had the P4 systems in it, but Fez doesn't. And I was mostly annoyed with the gameplay. Playing annoying gameplay for 100 hours is not very fun. But it's still P3, and I love P3. So yeah. But yes. I have to rank all these three equally. But honestly, look, if I'm replaying one of these games, I'm playing P5 Scramble. If I'm replaying one of these, I'm replaying Scramble. Scramble's so good. But yeah. I would rank P5 Royal higher than P5 if it had an ending that I loved as much as P5. But P5 ending is just way too good. It was just way too good. Emolion has a failed Super Baja solo. Alright, chat, let's quickly finish the class. The class pages. Full Arsenal 4. Provides MC with incredibly powerful, extremely potent offensive buffs. Useful in fulfilling charge bar requirement. All right, and then it has charge conversion. Priority, I would say medium. One of the faster ways to raises status battle heart level, gain battle heart, and then dawnbreak medium. A strong damage skill that can also provide MC with additional charge bar. Raises MC's hostility. Can be something to detrimental at times. Manual subs for both skill, for both burst and high difficulty content. Do we know how much aggro it gives? A lot. I don't know if we know exactly how much, but it's a fair amount. Counterattack's really good, yeah. Limited boost. The class is typically used with unlimited boost, priority high. Grants MC an extremely powerful buff. But can only be used once. Status battle heart is level 5. Typically class skill wolf heading and class skill beast fang are used. Typically, Wolf Heading and Beast Fang will be used on MC. To complement the double strike. To take full advantage of the double strike. Unlimited boost grants. Additionally, with While both buffs are active, Beast Fang will be auto activated twice. Okay. What did I do? Unlimited boost. Gain Boundless Blade, yeah. Gain unlimited boost. And then Boundless Blade. She's finally on par. Apollo 9.6, Eustace 9.0, Octavia's 9.7. Kamigame. Oh. No, I didn't. Kamigame saying 9.7? At some point, it's just you should be expecting your MC to get hit by all the hits, yep. Is there a place in the wiki that explains how assassin buffs work? I think it's literally on the assassin page, right? Yeah, assassin buff page. Almost midnight for me, yes. It is almost midnight. That is true. But we got one more class to go. We got one more class to go, chat. And its name is Lancer Origin. Guys, I'm scared of Wizard Origin. Me too. Me too. Is a strong... shorter fights. Shorter fights, it Lancer Origin is a strong offensive class that specializes in shorter fights. It possesses many skills and passives that incentivize equipping spear and axe weapons in the grid. It is a strong choice for both full auto and manual burst setups, but its grid requirements can make it a little restrictive for some elements. All right. TG harp stocks too. Oh my god. I feel for Futsu havers. Why did my frontline die when I just joined the Diaspora? Diaspora does like water damage on entry. Did you bring the wrong element? What's the best farm on getting Flameborn Astra DY? The 3-bar or the 5-bar nodes in Sandbox Hibi Swords or Zone Mundus. And then you want to kill those guys as much as possible and then open Saphira chests. There's definitely going to be Katana class. Definitely, definitely. Skill name, drive it in 3. I didn't know that's what it was called. Provides MC. MC with bonus damage for 3 turns. Additionally inflicts. It also inflicts Spiral Impaler. Spiral Impaler, I think it's... honestly, I think this is high. I'm also changing charge conversion. I said medium earlier. Spiral Impaler. Inflicts status spiral rupture. Bonus plane damage. Extra plane damage and the dispel effect. Unbound charge. Ideally, I'll see it to instantly attack. Ideally used with status mythical answer. It's level 5. I'm done with my wind draconic at least. Very nice. Hub isn't too bad. Infinite trouble. provides a powerful effect, powerful one-time effect. Normal attack burst, normal attack setups. Both spear can only be used when it can only ever provide both buffs once. Thank you for the follow. From the second cast onwards, it will match whatever. By the buff associated with your main weapon. Dun, 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 dun. Crazy that I have Drogalia lost. Wouldn't spring mortar robe work? Sorry, what's spring mortar? Oh no, you can bring. Okay, no one's bringing that. Let's be real. I know which one you're talking about. No one's doing that. I hope someone cooks it. It'd be so funny. You just give opportunity cost is too high because you're giving up like actually good skills here. Well, all right, we're done. How did you manage to get all your twirings? Did you get help? I did. Did you have a setup in all elements? No, I only had a real setup for wind and water. Every other element I just did what is it called? Halo bot? Whatever it is. All right, I'm out. Chat. Good night. Thank you so much for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will be back tomorrow for more Kuraburu. Tomorrow will be a shorter stream because I have work. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Do we have anyone to raid? JJ's on. Let's see. Let's go raid JJ. Methinks chat room. Bye. Goodbye, chat room. Actually, I see a fractal. I've noticed fractal in my chat before. Let's go raid fractal. I've raided JJ a couple times, so let's do that. Raid fractal. All right. What the hell? They have a galleon thing. Anyways, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Say hi to Fractal for me. They hang out in the stream from time to time. Catch you guys later. Goodbye. Bye-bye.